Good afternoon everyone, and welcome to the MYP2P Fantasy Hockey Playoff Preview Show. I'm Bob McKnob.
And I'm Harry Backbacon. Welcome to the show. Let's get right to it, Bob. With only 2 weeks remaining until the playoffs, 4 teams find themselves in a battle for the final 2 playoff spots.
That's right, Harry. It's shaping up to be quite a finish, with Go Puck Yourself, the Broad Street Bullies, Ty Domi's Bulldogs, and Barclays Boys, playing musical chairs and fighting for the final spots.
After a disappointing start, Go Puck Yourself have enjoyed nothing but success since replacing their GM, midway through the season. What was a lost season, is now turning into a legitimate shot at a postseason appearance.
The playoff hopes of the Broad Street Bullies slipped a little further away this week, with their 4th straight loss. Their GM was active at the deadline, bringing in several new players, but they were no help in ending the losing streak last week after giving up a late third-period lead to Team Wig. If they want to steal themselves a playoff spot, they are going to have to win both of their final 2 games.
The Bulldogs are also in danger of falling out of a playoff spot after dropping their 3rd straight last week to the dominant Habs. Their GM opted to stick with the squad they've got going into the final stretch, making no moves at the deadline. While they may sit in the final playoff spot now, they won't hold onto it if they continue down the road they're on.
Then there's the I-Boys, the retarded half-cousin of the MYP2P Fantasy Hockey League. The little team, once full of nothing but useless Leafs, has found its way into the hunt for the playoffs. They would have to lose both of their last 2 games to be at any risk of falling out of the race, but even if that should happen, their point total should still be enough for them to sneak into the final spot. So the I-Boys can breathe a sigh of relief after a mostly shaky season, because it would take a complete breakdown for them not to make it now.
The Lake Erie Monsters and Hot Girls Licking can say goodbye to any postseason hopes. While both teams seem to shine at times, neither was able to put together any impressive series of wins. The only thing they can take solace in now is that they'll pick early in the draft next season.
The Wonderwall Schizophrenics, Canadian Dutchie, and Team Wig can all start preparing for the playoffs. They all have something to celebrate, with Canadian Dutchie taking the overall point total for last week, Team Wig with an impressive come-from-behind victory to extend their win streak to 4, and the Schizophrenics knocking off the invincible We Suck, ending We Suck's 8-game win streak. All 3 teams hope to ride this success deep into the playoffs.
That brings us to the division leaders. The best of the best. The Buffalo Stoners, Toronto Habs, and We Suck all had their divisions locked up long before the Olympic break. Now it's just a fight to see who's best. Due to their much lower point total, the Stoners have little hope of knocking either the Habs or We Suck out of the top spot, making them the only team who knows what position they'll be in going into the playoffs. Now all they can do is watch the standings to see who finishes 6th. A win last week for the Habs, and a loss for We Suck, has resulted in a tie in the overall standings for 1st, with only We Suck's point total giving them the advantage. We Suck have dominated the league in the second half, while the Habs have struggled, even losing 3 in a row just before the Olympic break. We Suck will definitely be the team to beat going into the playoffs.
That's all for this week. Join us next week for the player preview show and naked pictures of Harry's wife. From the MYP2P Studios cafeteria, I'm Bob McKnob.
And I'm Harry Backbacon. Keep your stick on the ice. Good night.